Salt once said, "Mates, when you've crossed your first ocean, the rest a duck soup." But he wasn't talking about flying over like a duck, and not the widest, hottest plate of soup on earth.
The Pacific has the world's widest collection of wind, rough water, and weather. Everyone always complains about the weather. Well, PAA can't change it, but we sure can't tell you what it's going to be. As a meteorologist, I was hired to work out the weather problems of the Atlantic. So flannel underwear and fur-lined pants, and then all of a sudden I was transferred to Honolulu. But I'm fooling them all. Something tells me before we're through, there won't be this planet where we haven't plotted the storms, mapped the sky set, and taken the little old temperature. So
I'm to California by the shore of the Pacific. 7 men in a Martin 130 are scheduled to make the longest overwater flight ever dreamed of by any airline. And what a crew! 5 of the 7 are transport pilots, 3 are registered aeronautical engineers, 2 are master mariners, 2 others have navigation papers. Their training will give you some idea of the preparation behind America's conquest of an ocean.
China Clipper, Captain Musick, stand by for station reports.
San Francisco calling. Come in, all stations. PAA Ocean Air Base number 1, Honolulu, Hawaii. Standing by for orders. PAA Mid-Ocean Air Base number 2, Midway Island, standing by for orders.
PAA Trans-Pacific Air Base number 3, Wake Island, standing by for orders.
PAA Mid-Ocean Air Base number 4, Guam, standing by for orders.
PAA Trans-Pacific Air Terminal, Manila, Commonwealth of the Philippines. Ready and standing by, sir.
China Clipper, you have your sailing orders. Cast off and depart.
Flyers have lost their lives trying to wing the 2,400 miles from California to Honolulu.
How does a company fly the Pacific?
How does a company fly the Pacific? Well, first you have to build bases. Charter a steamer, the North Haven. At Pier 22, San Francisco, load cargo. 5 air bases, 2 complete cities. 250,000 gallons of gas, 44 airline technicians, 74 construction stiffs, freshwater stills, windmills, barges, motor launches, food for months, 1,018,000 other items, and the promise of adventure. First port of call on our Pan American expedition map, Honolulu. Set up a radio station and landing facilities. From Hawaii, the North Haven sailed northwest 1,200 miles to Midway Island. Midway, a dot of coral between China and America. Barren, desolate. Hey, but... When the North Haven steams away, Midway has a hotel with hot and cold running water and the whole works for a port of call.
As the Albatross flies, Wake Island is 1,000 miles southwest of Midway. 7 hours by air, 5 days by water.
Hey, hurry the... Water? You call this salty stuff water? Say, Bill, I'm in...
left at Wake were promised a Santa Claus plane by Christmas. The presents, 4 pooled their gift weight and hopefully ordered a 120-pound blonde. Yes, the Santa Claus Clipper landed at Wake Island Christmas Eve.
The latest report on the China Clipper. After 18 hours at sea, the Pan American flying boat is at this moment landing safely in Pearl Harbor at Honolulu, right on schedule.
This is how a company flies the Pacific.
We interrupt this program to bring...
Makes 5.
Five.
How do you...
One great step forward, 5 to go.
10,000 miles across the Pacific lies rich China. One U.S. company, Pan American Airways, in partnership with the Chinese government, operates 3,000 miles of airline, connecting Shanghai, the commercial heart of China, with Beiping, Nanking, Hankow, Chengdu, and Canton. This Chinese-American air system is envied by European countries, who are now racing across Asia to tap in on China's fabulous market. The British from London, the French from Paris, the Dutch from Amsterdam. The British are ready at Singapore, the French at Saigon, the Dutch at Batavia. And from Berlin, the Germans and Russians have already tapped in with a line down across Siberia and Mongolia to Nanking. To secure America's foothold in the Orient, Pan American Airways must span the Pacific via America's island possessions, with a trunk line to China.
Sometimes had to fly in the face of seasonal hurricanes, snowstorms above the Andes, and tropical jungles. The Postmaster General said that our service was 99 and 4,600% perfect. Now, how's that for a trial balance?
Hey, this one looks pretty near inaccessible.
Yeah. And darn hard to get to, too.
Flat. Hey, meet the hermit crab and the goonie bird. Myself at home.
If we don't hit fresh water pretty soon, I can't stand myself anymore.
So the next time it rains, skip the raincoat and run for the soap. What did you catch last night?
Oh, my new trap don't work so good. Just 72. Hey, Swamper, it just come to me. With my bare hands, I'm lifting half of everything coming on wake.
So what are you bragging about? I'm lifting the other half, ain't I? Come on.
Hello in Chinese.
Hello? Weiwei. W-E-I. Weiwei.
Weiwei?
Only bird I've heard talk. And a parrot can't fly worth a bit.
Nice, Bill. 30 days to build this island.
I'm willing. Talk to the machine.
Load that barge, tow that line, come on in, 'cause the water's just...
Bought me some earmuffs and...
It's toward China. 1 to go.
A 100. The Clipper captain, Jack Tilton, was asked to say a few words. He said, "Parrot, but there wasn't a blonde stateside who believed we could fly across the Pacific."
Oh.
North Haven sailed on for Guam and Manila. The lonely one hopping Honolulu, Midway, Wake, Guam. That's like playing leapfrog. And Manila?
The winds, charted sunrise and moon.
With each man allowed 30 pounds.
Put my winter gear in cold storage.
Here in...
I went up.